Hey guys, it's the Proper Pundit here, and in this video, I'm going to talk about my Premier League predictions for this season's top four. Now, it's pretty obvious that Liverpool will be in it. I mean, they're going to win the league, so that one's done. Arsenal, they're they're going to be in it as well. Okay, there is the debate. Could Arsenal possibly drop down, like maybe third? But they're going to be top four. Okay, that's for sure. Now, the rest of the places, that's debatable. But I have two teams that no one is really going. I mean, most people aren't really going for them. But me, I'm going to go for them. And I have facts to back it up. Okay? The first team, Nottingham Forest. There are people that believe that they can do it because of the position that they're in right now. But there are people that are like, they're gonna fall off. They're gonna fall off. Surely, surely. These are the same people that thought they'd fall off in like November. And they're confused as to why they're still here. Okay? Nottingham Forest are a very good team. Okay? And people go on. But they're slowly falling off. Look at their recent games. They've lost like 3 away games in a row. Okay. They lost 5-0 to Bournemouth. Not good. But Bournemouth are a very, very good team. A very good team. Forest didn't play good. They got smashed. Okay? They conceded 4 to Newcastle. Again, not good. But also, Newcastle, they're also a very good team. And Forest did well to fight back towards the end. And then they lost narrowly to Fulham 2-1. So, like, Forest didn't play well in any of these games. But people act like they're losing to teams that aren't good. Like they lost to very good teams. They're gonna face the worser teams in the Prem. Okay, they yet to play teams like Leicester, West Ham, Man United. Okay, they're gonna pick up the 3 points in those games, and they got home games against Arsenal and Man City, which I believe they'll pick up 6 points from because that Arsenal attack is not going to do anything against their defense. And I can see Nottingham Forest getting a goal from a counter-attack against Arsenal. Same thing with City, but I see them getting more against City because City's defense is an absolute mess right now. And I see Nottingham Forest exploiting that defense. I see them cooking it because the defense City have is a mess. An absolute mess. Forest on the counter-attack will demolish them. And City will struggle with that against that defense, okay? So, I'm backing Forest to pick up 6 points against Arsenal and Man City. And in the other games, I think they have enough to do it. I think they will be in the top four. They're a very good team, solid defense, players that can hurt you in the attack, good midfielders, and I just see them making it. The other team I see making it, Bournemouth. There are people that believe in Forest and think that they can make top four. No one believes in Bournemouth. Absolutely no one believes in Bournemouth. And I don't understand why. Because they recently slapped Newcastle 4-1 at St. James's Park and destroyed Nottingham Forest 5-0. Scoring 5 past Nottingham Forest. Why does no one talk about this? 5 against that Forest defense. It's impressive. And Bournemouth have some easy fixtures. Okay? Also, the 2 games that they recently lost, one was against Liverpool, who were going to win the league. The other one was against Wolves, which, yes, they should beat, but they had someone sent off, okay? A red card changes things. It does. So, now looking at their fixtures, like, they're going to get to play Leicester, United. I'm going to be real. Bournemouth can beat. I think Bournemouth beat everyone in this league except Liverpool and Arsenal right now. I think they do. They can definitely beat City. They just showed they can beat Forest and Newcastle by a lot. They can beat Chelsea. Like they can beat anyone that isn't Liverpool and Arsenal right now. In my opinion, Bournemouth are that good. Okay, Semenyo's brilliant. Clivert's brilliant. The manager, he is brilliant. Okay, look at that. But everyone talks about how Iraola, he's just getting so much out of these players, and yes, he is. But these players are also just very talented. Okay, if Iraola went to Man United right now, if he went there right now, United would still be where they are because the team's not good enough. Bournemouth actually have good players, and people need to understand this. Okay, Semenyo, Clivert, Hoyson, Zabarni. There's more. It's brilliant, brilliant players. I'm gonna give credit to these players. Okay, everyone talks about Semenyo and Clivert, and no, everyone talks about Semenyo, Hoyson. These two players they're getting the most hype. No one talks about those two workhorses, Cook and Christie in the midfield. They are dominant players whenever they play. They dominate the game. They're menaces. They eat up the opposing team's midfield. And they're brilliant players. No one talks about them. Zabarni, no one talks about how good he is. He is a brilliant center back. Absolutely brilliant center back. Give these players the praise they deserve. And Bournemouth, I think they're making top 4. They're a very, very good team. People need to respect them more. Now, on to the other teams. Chelsea. Chelsea have a very, very good team, but they do not have a good manager. Enzo Maresca is a fraud, okay? He's a fraud. Look at how Pochettino had this team last season. Brilliant, brilliant towards the end of it. They were brilliant, okay? Now Maresca's coming, living off of the Poch success. If you look at their games when they were doing well, they were playing like how Poch had them last year. The players are still used to his system. Once Maresca got into the players, the system he wants them to play, it's not been good. It's been boring to watch. I used to enjoy watching Chelsea games, but now Maresca's gone this system into their heads. It's just so boring to watch. Like, what are you doing? He's ruined Malo Gusto because Malo Gusto can't do the thing he wants to do, which is overlapping, because Maresca is obsessed with inverting. It's ridiculous. He's not getting the best out of Cole Palmer with this stupid system he's doing. Give Cole Palmer the freedom. What are you doing, man? It's ridiculous. Poch deserves more respect. I mean, he got Tottenham Hotspur to a Champions League final. Why does no one respect Pochettino? Why do people act like he's a bum? Okay, it's ridiculous. He had Chelsea doing well last year, and he's even the reason why they even did well at the start of this season. And he's not the manager. So, honestly, Chelsea, I don't know why they went and sacked Pochettino and got this fraud in who doesn't know anything. He's just a clown, and he's just sabotaging Chelsea. And I think Chelsea are going to drop down the table after those 2 games they have against Southampton and Leicester. Southampton and Leicester are just 2 horrendous, diabolical teams that are a disgrace to the Premier League and need to be sent down to the Championship immediately because they're bombs. Okay, so once Chelsea get those 6 points that they will get, they're going to drop down the table. They will drop. They're going to sink down the table. Now, on to Man City. Man City are a mess this season. They have good players in the attack, like Marmoush and Haaland. But that defense is horrendous, and the midfield's even worse. Gundogan's washed. Bernardo Silva's washed. No one talks about Bernardo. Everyone talks about Gundogan, rightfully so, but no one talks about Bernardo. He gets away with everything. He has been absolutely atrocious this season. and no one talks about him. People probably think he's been having a good season. How good is this guy's PR? He has been horrendous and no one talks about him. It's crazy. Honestly. And you have players like Phil Foden having a disaster season. This is his Riyad Mahrez 16-17 season. Or Hazard 15-16. Foden has been atrocious this season, okay? Atrocious. Then you have people like Doku. He can beat his man all the time, but no goals. He can do all the dribbles he wants. Put the ball in the back of the net. Like, I respect wingers that can score goals. That's why I respect players like Mbeumo, Salah. Wingers that can put the ball in the back of the net. Not Doku. I don't care how many dribbles you do. Put the ball in the net, man. What are you doing? Then, and as for the other teams, like Newcastle. Newcastle is just so inconsistent. Like, they decide when they want to turn up. Because if they actually turned up against Man City, they would have destroyed them. But instead, they decided, let's just take a nap, not do anything during the game, and City just cooked them. And Eddie Howe made the horrendous decision of putting in Kieran Trippier. I don't know why he did that, but it cost them badly. And the players just didn't turn up. They're so inconsistent. On their day, they are very good. But they just up and down, up and down. They're just so inconsistent, Newcastle. That's why I don't think they'll make it. That's like they're just so inconsistent. Aston Villa, they're not being as good as they were last season because of the fact they're in the Champions League. They draw way too many games this season. I don't see it. They're in the Champions League and the FA Cup. Like, I don't see them making a run to get top 4. So no, Aston Villa are not going to make it. Brighton, Fulham, they have a tiny % chance. It's not happening. They're not going to make top 4. Okay? It's not happening. So, I think Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest are going to do it. If you look at the facts, ignore the fact that they were in the championship not too long ago. Because that's what people are doing. They just look at, Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth, they'll surely drop down. They don't pay attention to the facts. Why are they where they are? Because they are two very, very good teams, and based off of the other teams and how good these teams are, especially Bournemouth, I don't see why they wouldn't make top 4. I don't see why they wouldn't. So, yeah, that's it. Anyways, that's the end of the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.